So Saul Canelo Alvarez has been defeated, and everybody tweeted. Terrence Bud Crawford tweeted, we now know who's number one pound for pound boxing. So this video is titled, Is Bud Crawford, in my opinion, pound for pound number one? I was listening to the Boxing Voice, Nestor Gibbs, Ring Walk Danny, Maestro, and I got one more other guy, you know what I'm saying, engineering it. I forget his name, but salute. And, you know, the whole thing kind of was a back and forth debate whether or not Terrence Bud Crawford was number one pound for pound. And other platforms are talking about, you know, whether or not Terrence Bud Crawford is pound for pound. I know on the tweet itself, arguable, some people say Alexander Usyk, you know, after he went up to heavyweight and beat Chaz Witherspoon, Derek Chisora, and then finally beat Anthony Joshua, AJ, right? Now, first of all, let me give you my real quick definition of how I see pound for pound, because everybody kind of look at pound for pound in different ways. Me, I come from a gorilla pit gym, where it's like you got to be one of those guys that's, your goal is to bench press over 500 pounds. So when you first start, you got to stay over there on the kiddie pool, the kiddie table, the 225 and the 315. And you had to let the big boys stay over there on that 500 pounds bench, the 600 pound bench. So it was a pound for pound thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I break it down simply. If you 300 pounds and you can bench press 600 pounds, your body weight is 300 pounds and you can bench press 600 pounds. Now, as smaller guys, say I'm 200 pounds and I could never, ever bench press, never say never, but I could never bench press 600 pounds. But in order to give my ego a little bit of an extra boost, I would say pound for pound, I can beat you, because even though I can't bench press your 600 pounds, my 200 pounds can bench press 410 pounds. So I can do double my body weight plus 10 more pounds. You can do double your body weight. Unless you can do 610 pounds, then pound for pound, I'm still stronger than you on the bench press. You know what I'm saying? You get that? Let me know in the comments below if you understand what I'm saying. And just for the record, because I'm proud of myself, when I was in my prime, I managed to bench press like my max was like 450 pounds. You dig? I digress. So, because I'm not doing that these days. I'm not in my prime no more, but you know, I can't complain anyways. So when I look at that and I shift it to boxing, you kind of take the heavyweights have always been in the category of themselves, because you can't really look at a heavyweight as pound for pound, because I don't care how good Canelo is and how Terrence Bud Crawford is and how good Errol Spence is and how good Josh Taylor is and Jamar Charlo and Jamel Charlo. Terrence Bud Crawford is not going to go knock out Dillian White. He's not going to go knock out Anthony Joshua. He's not going to knock out Deontay Wilder. He's not going to knock out Parker, you know what I'm saying, or Chisora, or Gerald Washington. You're not going to take a guy the size of Terrence Bud Crawford and have him go knock out a heavyweight champion. Never say never, but that's idealistically, you're not going to see the small guys go up to heavyweight. Like, it was a feat. It was a feat for Roy Jones Jr. to go up in the heavyweight and fight John Ruiz, the silent man or the quiet man, and he outboxed him. But that took a toll on Roy Jones. That took a huge toll on Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? James Toney went up and did it. He fought Evander Holyfield that really wasn't in his prime, and Evander Holyfield did it. Evander Holyfield was never a huge heavyweight. He went up and fought the big boys. You know what I'm saying? He fought the Lennox Lewises, and on and on and on. So Alexander Usyk always got a little bit more of an extra appreciation from me, because You know, he was undisputed at the cruiserweight, and then he went up and fought heavyweight, and he fought three guys and almost is one belt away from being undisputed. He went up and fought Chaz Witherspoon, then he fought Derek Chisora, then he just completely outboxed Anthony Joshua, right? But does that make him pound for pound number one? Canelo got beat to Dimitri Bivol, right? Terrence Bud Crawford, I believe he was unified at one division, undisputed at another division, and is a champion right now at the welterweight. To make a short video shorter, I will go ahead and give Terrence Bud Crawford his roses and his credit. If he wants to be pound for pound number one, salute 100%. Terrence Bud Crawford, I haven't made a list in a while, but if I make a list right now, I would put Terrence Bud Crawford on the top of that list as number one pound for pound, hands down. And then I would follow it by Alexander Usyk. Then I would go into the rest of the guys, and I would even have to throw in Clarissa Shields because she doing her thing too, and all the other females, they doing their thing too. But at the end of the day, Terrence Bud Crawford wants to be pound for pound number one. He's worked 20 years. He's undefeated. He's knocked out everybody they put in front of him in the welterweight division. He just finished having Kenny Porter stop a fight against Sean Porter, who has never been stopped inside the ring. I give him his roses and his credit while his credit is due to him. Terrence Bud Crawford, salute. Pound for pound, number one right now. You know what I'm saying? Salute that.